What is up, guys? Welcome. Say it one more time. Welcome. What's up, guys? Crypto FUD. Let's jump right into this, guys. Happy Monday. Hope you guys are having a great start to your week. Hope you guys had a great, safe weekend. Sipping an IPA. Let's get it. Let's get it going. Let's get it, guys, girls. I was kind of mixing that together, but yeah. Let's jump right into this, guys. So like I said, happy Monday. If it is a happy Monday, right? If you have the Monday blues, no worries. We'll be fine. Bitcoin right now, let's jump right into this, guys. Bitcoin right now, struggling, not doing terrible, but really struggling. We're going to go over some things, what's going on. Why did Bitcoin come down, right? This is supposed to be a big week. We have the FOMC meeting coming out. We're supposed to be rallying, guys. Why are we seeing some downward movement? Well, stay tuned. We're going to jump into everything. Right now, Bitcoin sitting at around 57,900. All day today, you guys can see we've been kind of trading in this really tight range. Obviously, I'm zoomed in right now. I'm looking at the 5-minute chart. I've been doing leverage trading all day today. When I'm leverage trading, that 5-minute chart's on there for the most part, right? And I'm just really looking at what we got going on instantaneously almost, right? So you guys can see, like I said, we've been hovering around this 58 area. We broke above slightly. We did run up to about 58,240, only to come right back down. We came back, made a double top, 58,175, making a lower high, and obviously coming down from there as well. So we've been struggling to really find a foot and stay above this 57.9 area. That's been our struggle as of late, right? We were beautifully above it as of yesterday. And I told you guys this, all my members, we went through the members only stream yesterday on Sundays like we normally do. And I basically called, I said, listen, guys, hopefully we have a big week ahead of us, but I am expecting some volatility because we have this big week ahead of us with the FOMC meeting, all that good stuff. A lot of times, especially right now, right? This is probably one of the biggest FOMC meetings that we've had. We say this every time, right? But this one actually is probably the biggest one that we've had. And, with the fact that we are pretty certain that they're going to reduce interest rates, we don't know how much, right? And just that small little bit of uncertainty mixed in with maybe a couple other things that are going on, you're going to have what we see as a small sell-off as of now, right? So, and was last week this run-up, was this what we were talking about as well on the stream for the members only? Was this a buy the rumor, sell the news event? Were we running up just with anticipation that we were going to possibly see some reduction in interest rates, and then maybe you have some people taking profits now with anticipation of whatever is going to happen for this week? Possibly, right? Possibly. So like I said, Bitcoin right now sitting around that 57.9 area now, looking approaching that big spot for some resistance, and look, keeps coming up and just basically hitting its head. Big indicator right there telling us that right now there's just not enough strength behind Bitcoin for us to really see a big rally. Now, tonight can change, tomorrow can change. I'm not expecting much change, right? I'm expecting kind of this volatility, tight range trading, up and down, right? Alts for right now, we're looking at the chart. We're looking at the crypto bubbles. You guys can see for the majority of alts right now, pretty much every freaking alt right now is in the red, right? Nothing crazy, but you can see we are having some solid moves towards the downside. Really, things that kind of catch my Sui down 11%, Fetch, which is coming off a big run off of last week, down 7%. So you can see a lot of these projects are, just kind of coming down for the week, or, from last week's big run that we had. Looking at the weekly, it's going to be pretty much the same. You can see we still have a big outliner, CKB, that's actually, still killing it, holding up almost 76% of its gains from last week. So you can see a big move. If you guys remember, we were looking at the weekly. I think this was for the members only stream on Sunday, and it was, we were in the green for the week, right? We were coming into Monday, looking absolutely fantastic, right? As of now, things have switched over a little bit where you can still see some good green, but you can see obviously a lot of red coming into the mix as well. So that pretty much tells you what the markets are looking like as of today, as of I think until the FOMC meeting comes out. And let's jump into this. So, well, you know what? Hold on a second. Pause. Let me jump in this chat real quick. What's going on, Gina? Jay's in the house. Jay said, Crip, your teeth are white as F. Nice. Let me see. Are they really? I mean, they should be white, right? I brush my teeth multiple times a day, right? But I still, off the record, I still plan on whenever I hit millions, I'm going to do like a full, you know what all the rich people do whenever they get rich, they like basically get all those, what do they call them? Like porcelain veneers or whatever. They're like all like just perfect teeth. I'm just going to go ahead and just, you know, it's like 50 grand to do it, but I'm just going to go ahead and do that. And mark my words, Jay, you'll know when I do that, because I'm just going to be walking around just like, I'm not even going to be talking. I'm just going to be just sitting there smiling. My teeth are going to be all just like, but I appreciate it, brother. I really do. Amor, what's going on, brother? They said, what up, all? How soon does DeFi season start after all season? That's a good question, bro. So from previous bull runs, from what I've seen, DeFi season kind of kicks in like pretty much around the same time, right? You're going to see a lot of the profits coming from the bigger caps going into your alts, right? Particularly Bitcoin dominance coming down, flowing into your alts, right? Well, you're also going to see a lot of those alts profits going into DeFi, right? It's kind of like a cascade event that's going to happen. So I would say probably if it's not exact, it's going to be probably within a few weeks of us really being certified into altcoin season. Troy's in the house. What's going on, bro? Troy, we got to get your name green, bro. Everybody in the chat's green. You're the only outlier right there. We got to get you. If I have to pay for it, bro, I'll send you $5. You got to get into the green. Larry's saying, when is Lambo? Win Lambo. We haven't had nobody running in here saying that for a while. Win Lambo. Soon, Larry. I sense that you're going to have a Lamborghini. It's going to be a red on red Lamborghini. And you're going to be racing, and you're going to have a cute blonde on your passenger seat. I'm just kidding. If you're married, I'm just messing with you, bro. But I see a Lambo in your future, bro. Amor said, I got some funds coming this week for the last bag of Mog, and I'm done till I sell. Hell yeah. Arts in the house said, just get a grill with NFK. Bro, that might be it. That might be the deal right there, because it's some free promotion. You know, get a nice little grill. It just says buy NFK. That's what I'm going to do. I think that's a conversation starter right there, too, on my out day life. Oh, that's right, Troy. My boy. Yeah, that's right. You gotta get on a PC, bro. So let's jump in right in here. I'm all in the chat here. We could be there all day. So if you guys remember, I don't mean to keep reverting back to the members only stream, but that's the last stream yesterday that we had, right? Members only stream, when we jumped in, we actually looked at this chart as we've been doing every day, right? Well, you guys can see it's moved. Yesterday it was 50-50, right? 50-50 calling for either a 25 basis point reduction in interest rates, or a 50.5%, 0.5% reduction in interest rates, right? Well, look. Things have changed just overnight. Now we have 63% of the market calling for some kind of a 0.5 or more reduction in interest rates, right? In ease. What is going on? Well, I will tell you, and we're going to cover an article real quick on some politicians that are calling for the feds to actually be very aggressive, right? What have we been saying? We've been having mixed signals, right? But for the most part, we covered this early, that if the feds actually do go more aggressive, that could be actually not the best move for the markets, right? And you're wondering, like, Crip, why? We've been waiting for the feds to reduce rates. If they're going to do more if they're going to be more aggressive and start reducing higher rates faster, wouldn't that be good? I would say, if you asked me a month ago, I'd be like, hell yeah, bro, or bro, homegirl, yes, that'd be awesome. But now, after, it was kind of explained from a lot of these analysts that we've been reading these articles, the Fed's actually going more aggressive, aka dropping 0.5% or more, can actually be negative for the market. And the reason is because if the Feds are going to be going more aggressive, it actually is going to spook a lot of big time investors thinking, well, why are the Feds all of a sudden, they were going from basically just pausing for the last 8 months we've been paused. Now they're starting to go very aggressive. What's going on? Are we in the mix of a recession? Unemployment has been spiraling out of control. Are these numbers that we're getting fed, are they real? Right? Those are the questions that are going to be arise if the feds actually do reduce interest rates higher than 0.25%, right? If you have uncertainty, right? All those questions, those are all uncertainty, right? That's going to cause, in my opinion, and what we've been reading, it's going to cause actually more harm than good if we see a higher reduction in interest rates. What I think would be a perfect solution, Jerome, if you're listening, he actually is a subscriber and he's very big on the channel. Jerome, let me talk to you, man to man. Remember what we talked about when you called last time. I said you probably shouldn't be going so aggressive. I said you should probably start off with that 0.25% and then just do 0.25% for the rest of the year. That means 3.25. That means at the end of this year, we've already reduced 0.75, almost a whole percent. That'll be a little bit better because you're still going pretty aggressive. Every 6 weeks, you're reducing interest rates, right? But you're not spooking the market going too aggressive too fast. And if the 0.75 is a little too fast, we can pause it. Remember, and we talked about this, we can go back, we can start everything back up maybe in February. Remember that, Jerome? We talked about this, man. He's a big subscriber, on the channel, so I'm sure he's listening. Just kidding, guys. But I think that would be the best move, honestly, is if they really do go as planned, 0.25 basis point, but go ahead and do it for September. They go ahead and do it for November, and they go ahead and do it for December as well, right? You guys can see, and I don't even pull up these the November and December charts just because it's not going to matter, right? You see how much things fluctuate for this September meeting, right? This is what's gonna happen, so there's no reason for us to even acknowledge November or December. Jay's in the house dropping those bags. He just gifted somebody a membership. Nice. Owen picked it up. Hell yeah, Jay. Appreciate that, brother. And I'm sure if Owen is here, he would say thank you so much as well. We'll have to make sure he formally says thank you in the members only stream for this weekend. And if you guys didn't see that members only stream on Sunday, make sure you guys go watch it. We basically went over what to expect this week, and also leverage trading. We covered some leverage trading and stuff like that. So make sure you guys check that out. Jay, thank you so much for that, bro. Really appreciate that. But yeah, so like I said, until this FOMC meeting, which we pretty much have in pretty much 2 days from now, Wednesday, I think we're going to see this tight range of trading for right now, right? Which, in my opinion, honestly, if you're looking at some of these altcoins, not a bad move. I know Gina and a couple people were talking about MOG. So let's pull up MOG, because they're going to ask. Right now, look at MOG. This is what I'm saying. If you're a big believer in the market and you know that we're going to be going long term, we're going to be straight. And I mean long term as in we have one more solid leg up, right? Probably towards the end of this year, going into the beginning of next year. Then right now, you're getting a golden opportunity, right? I know you feel like you're like, well, we've been continuously getting these opportunities. Well, are you taking advantage of it is the question, right? Not financial advice at all. But from previous cycles for myself, when times were like this, I kept just accumulating and accumulating and accumulating, right? As much as I financially could, right? And I just basically mixed that with patience, and it eventually paid off really well, right? And this is what I keep telling you guys. And this leads to the next segment of the fear and greed index, like we always talk about, right? Right now, fear is at 36, meaning that majority of the market right now is basically, I'm not going to say they're scared shitless, but you have majority of the market right now that's kind of just sitting on the sidelines, or if not, they've sold off with anticipation that something bad's going to happen this week, or they're basically not adding anything to the market right now, right? You have those three parties as of right now, and then you also have the other portion of the market, which I fall into, which are taking advantage of when we're in this area of trading. When you have people that are in fear, when we get into especially extreme fear, these historically have been beautiful times to accumulate on whatever project that you are bullish on, right? Now, I always emphasize throwing in patience, because You can't just buy in right now and then sell tomorrow, right? You have to mix it with some patience, let it all play out. You know we're going to be running back up. We just don't have a time frame. So you get in at some of these good deals that we're getting blessed with right now. Throw that patience in there, and I think in the long run, we're going to be good. Now, you guys know how I've been saying. I still think that we have one more big run-up. One more big run-up. It's not going to be like a week kind of event where, you know, in a week from now, we're hitting all-time highs, and that's it. I think it's going to be a gradual move as we continue and end this year off, right? And either we hit these all-time highs and we get into altcoin season towards the very, very end of this year, or we're going to be going into 2025 at around this time, basically getting to these all-time highs or hitting all-time highs, and then altcoin season pretty much goes in effect. I also said altcoin season is not going to be this drawn out season where you're going to have 6 months of just upward movement. No, last altcoin season, when we mapped it out, it was literally maybe about 6 to 8 weeks, if that, right? Yes, we rallied before those 6 weeks. We did rally up, but when we went absolutely parabolic and all the alts were hitting all-time highs, it was about a 4 to maybe a 6 week threshold, right? And then November rolled around towards the end of November, and that was the top of the market, and we started coming down. Yes, there was little blimps where we kind of looked like we were coming back up, but we were slowly making higher lows as we were coming down. And what we didn't realize at the time was that was the beginning of a bear market that we were getting into. And we're going to go through all this again. We are going to go all through this again. I still do think, though, we have that big move towards the upside, right? So for myself, been just taking advantage of it, been eating up these dips on whatever projects that I am feeling, very bullish on, right? And I'm just basically having that patience. My boy Flip's in the house. What's going on, bro? Flip said Turbo. I heard Turbo is killing it right now. Let's pull up Turbo for my boy Flip. I did see something with Turbo earlier today. And Flip has been talking about Turbo for a little while. Yep, Turbo's doing not looking bad at all, bro. So remember what we were talking about with Turbo. So it looked like, I think we talked about this, Flip. Was it yesterday? I think it was yesterday. We were talking about this downward trend that it was having. And I said that most likely it was going to find some support. Let me zoom out a little bit. I wish we could go back and watch the members only stream real quick. I think we said that it was most likely, if it came down, it was gonna find some support somewhere around the 618 area, maybe a little bit below, like it kind of did, right? And if it was able to hold that support, you were gonna see a nice run up. And I'm still calling for this 0.5 to be a massive resistance area, right? You can see that's around that 49 area. It did not run up all the way, but it did break a little bit below around that 48 before starting to retrace as of now. So definitely looks great, bro. Looks good. Let me see. Let's zoom out. So basically this candle, yeah, we're on the daily. Let's see what this thing's done for the day. Right now it's currently up about 22%. At its all-time high for today was up roughly around 32%. So that's a big move. That's a big move right there. I think Turbo, like I keep telling you guys, I think Turbo came out of nowhere. It might be one of these bigger meme coins that we're going to be talking about as we continue on to this big run up. Flip, are we bullish or are we bearish on Turbo? Flip, are we bullish or are we bearish? I'm just messing with you, bro. I know we're bullish. I know you're super bullish. So it looks like Turbo right now, it's still, even being up right now on coin market cap, it says it's up about 17%. It is up a little bit more on TradingView, but you can see, I mean, the market cap still is relatively small. Like, this thing has so much more room to move. 289 million, still relatively small. So this right here could be a big play. Amor asks, Crip, are you into Turbo or Supercharger? That's a good question, bro. I'm into both, right? I'm into both. My current car right now, I drive an Audi and it's supercharged. It's my first car that I've had supercharged. I've usually previously drove cars that had turbos, right? And I do love the turbo, bro. I love the turbo. Fix my seat. I love the turbo because like my last car, I had it all set up to where like it would be like whoops, you know, and you can feel that boost building up, and then it just takes off, right? The supercharger, I fell in love with the supercharger, bro. Like that whine that the supercharger makes. Oh my gosh, bro. It's like so and it's instantaneous, right? It's almost like an electric vehicle, right? It's just you hit that gas and you don't need to build any pressure. It's like there already. So I like them both, bro, but I honestly I'm a big supercharger guy now, obviously, because my car is supercharged. So Flip said I think it's going to 5 to 10 billion. I think, hell yeah, that would be a freaking move right there, bro. Jason coming through with some solid news right here. Jason said Binance listed Turbo, that's why it's going nuts. Oh crap! Oh, look at this, it's right in our freaking face. Look at this right here. Thank you, Jason, for the news there. I appreciate that. Yeah, so it looks like Binance dropped Turbo on freaking their platform and KuCoin. Look at this, Binance. That's crazy right here. Now, a couple of things I am going to tell you guys. Now that we just got kind of informed that Binance just dropped Turbo, that's awesome, right? That's great. Short term. What I will say is that just because Binance dropped Turbo, right? Let's just the analogy, and I'm not trying to be Crip the Bear. I'm just saying, understand that just because they got dropped on Binance doesn't mean that they're going to just continuously run up and run up and run up. If the market as a whole is not doing the best, right? Or we're going to see more volatility in the next 2 days, Turbo might be able to sway and still hold a lot of these gains just because it's still relatively new, right? 2 days from now, people are still finding out that Turbo's on Binance, right? So, you know, you have a lot of exposure. You have the most exposure that any project can get right now on Binance, right? So I'm not saying that maybe in the next day or two it's going to be, you know, cascading down, you know, and losing all the gains. But if the market as a whole is not doing well, it can only hold for so long. Binance is only going to be able to hold it up for so long, and it will eventually get back in sync with the market, right? Binance or no Binance. So this is a very big move for Turbo. Let's hope that, you know, after the FOMC meeting, we start seeing a nice move like we're anticipating, right? With the market moving up, I think this will just only pile on to what Turbo's already got going on. So definitely that's a good move. Thank you, Jason, for bringing that up. Appreciate that, brother. Monero, what's going on? Troy said Binance needs NFK. I agree, bro. I 100% agree, Troy, and hopefully down the road we'll be talking about that, right? Hopefully down the road we'll be talking about that. Monero said, don't understand why Milady was never listed on Binance. You know what, bro? I think it's not political, but I think there's politics, like crypto politics, that are probably in the back end that are playing with it. Who knows, dude? You have to understand. I personally, I'm not really familiar with Turbo, like it's with it, like, you know, like the devs and all that stuff. But I will say that when Turbo came out, Turbo hasn't been out for that long, right? Turbo dropped. As of, you know, TradingView, Turbo dropped literally. Oh, Turbo's been out since May? Damn. I didn't even know that, bro. So Turbo's dropped and has been quiet as hell. And then it just exploded towards the beginning of this year. And really, in all due reality, Turbo really exploded. If you can see, about May hit. And this thing went absolutely mayhem, right? And I mean, look at this this massive run. From May to the top of this right here, that's almost a 2,000% gain that Turbo did, right? So, I mean, it literally ran up absolutely crazy. I don't know if that had something to do with maybe catching the attention of Binance. Who knows, right? Because Milady was literally on their futures, right? Did phenomenal on the contests. You know, Milady, in my opinion, has one of the biggest communities out there. Not the biggest, but one of the bigger communities for a meme coin. It's just, I don't know if maybe the dev team aren't trying to knock on doors much, or they're not pressuring some of these central exchanges or whatever the case is, or you never know, right? Turbo could already had somebody on the inside of Binance and was able to easily get in. We don't know what's behind it, right? So don't let that, if you're, very bullish on Milady, don't let that sway you or push you away from Milady. This is just Turbo's time, right? What do I always tell you guys in crypto? You're always going to get that opportunity, right? Hopefully Milady does get the opportunity, and hopefully it happens when maybe we're in altcoin season and it's the run up for Milady is absolutely epic, right? Right now, anytime getting dropped on Binance is a good thing, right? But would you prefer to get dropped on Binance right now for Milady, or would you prefer, let's say, in 2 months from now when Bitcoin possibly could be at 85K and the market is completely the opposite of what it's doing right now and it's absolutely ripping, right? Those are the things you got to think of, right? So, hopefully I'm giving you that hopium. Shout out to Turbo, right? We're not going to hate on Turbo whatsoever. That's good that they got dropped. It's not Milady's time yet, which is perfectly fine, right? Give you plenty of opportunity if you're bullish on Milady to continue to accumulate. So, don't worry, man. We'll be fine. We'll be fine, bro. Now, let's jump into some articles that I want to cover. Obviously, big thing, elephant in the room, is the U.S. rate cuts expected to boost DeFi yields. Let's see here. So, the U.S. Federal Reserve rate cut looms. Decentralized finance DeFi yields are positioned well for a resurgence, according to the recent report by analysts at research and brokerage firm Bernstein. With the potential of a quarter to 50 basis point cut anticipated on Wednesday, analysts Guantam let's see here, forecast a promising outlook for DeFi, particularly on Ethereum. Okay. DeFi platforms allow global participants to earn a yield on stablecoins like USDC and USDT by providing liquidity in decentralized lending markets. While the explosive growth of the 2020 DeFi summer has faded and high yields incentivized by apps tokens are long gone, stablecoins lending on Aave, the largest lending market on Ethereum, continues to offer competitive rates around 3.7 to 3.9%. DeFi gradual reawakening. Will U.S. rate cuts affect the market? So according to Bernstein's analysts, the total value locked, the TVL, in DeFi protocols, although still only half of its 2021 peak, has surged from a low of 2020, doubling to approximately 77 billion. So basically what they're saying, this is kind of like the same thing for right now. Let's say, have you guys seen, like for Robinhood, you can, they basically just tell you, just transfer money over to your Robinhood and we'll give you 5% back on anything that you hold in Robinhood, right? And the reason why they're able to do that is because right now they're basically able to get that back from the feds, right? It's all about bonds and yields and all that good stuff if you're familiar with it. Well, right now for DeFi, because the interest rates are so high, it's the opposite, right? It's an inverse effect where the yield for basically you staking, right, your stable coins and providing liquidity on some of these platforms has dropped down, considerably versus 2021 when rate cuts or interest rates were, at like 1%, right? They were able to offer a lot higher yields, right? APY. I'm scrambling on my words here because I got like 5 different things going on. So basically what they're saying is as they start to reduce interest rates, it's going to get back into that kind of a what they call a DeFi summer, right? What have we been talking about? DeFi season, altcoin season. It's all starting to play out to where if we do see this, I'm telling you guys, right? Because it's not going to be they reduce interest rates 0.25% and we're going to be going to the moon. But as they continue to reduce interest rates, right? As they continue to do that, something particular like DeFi is going to be able to offer higher yields on your staking, right? That right there is going to bring more people into the DeFi world, right? Whether you're just using your USDC or not, and you're getting a 5% or whatever the hell it is. Right now, it's at 3.7, 3.9. I remember back in 2021, you could literally have USDC sitting in some of your staking in some of these DeFi swaps or whatever the hell you want to swap it in. There was, or I'm sorry, whatever you want to hold your USDC in, and I'm just saying particularly USDC. Nothing you can stake, Ethereum, Cardano, all these other coins, but particularly USDC. You didn't even have to hold on to any of these other coins that could fluctuate in price. USDC stays pegged at $1, right? So you put $500 in one of these platforms and you're getting back maybe 5%. You're getting back your returns on what you're staking, and then when you take it out, you still have $500. Versus when you stake like on Cardano or Ethereum, if the prices are fluctuating, let's say it goes down, you put in $500 worth of Ethereum and it's gone down 10%. Well, now you have $450 worth of Ethereum when you take it out. Yeah, you made some money off of yield, but did it outperform what you lost out on the side of the market? Sometimes it doesn't. A lot of times it doesn't, right? So a lot of people tend to stake their USDC and provide liquidity to some of these platforms, right? And in return, you get back a pretty good APY. So they're saying that basically with the reduction of interest rates, that is going to lead to some higher returns back for your staking of USDC on some of these platforms. And you can see back in 2021, the total locked in for DeFi was around 160 billion at the top. Right now, at our top, which was basically, looks like back in August, sometime mid-August, was around 77 billion. So we're not even halfway of where we were at, and this was during DeFi season, guys. You notice this all goes aligned with the top of the market as well. We topped out of the market 2021 at basically November. Around the third week of November was the top of the market, and you can see as these charts, it leads the same exact way. So this is what I'm getting to, guys. Not only for if you're going to be staking USDC, but this right here is another red flag. Not red flag, we'll call it a green flag. That we put when we do start running back up, we have this last leg up. I'm telling you, it's going to get good out there. It's going to get good, but remember, it's not going to be for long. It's not going to be for long. So, and DeFi season is amongst us, in my opinion. It really is. Now let's jump into here. So Senator Elizabeth Warren advises a 75 basis point Fed cut on recession fears. Now this right here, guys, this is what I think why the market, particularly today, is not doing the best. Obviously because of the FOMC meeting. Amor, I see your question. I'm going to hold on one second, brother. Now, obviously because of the FOMC meeting, but because of stuff like this right here, where you have not just her, but you have a handful of senators are trying to basically put in their input on what Jerome needs to do as far as reducing interest rates more than that 0.25%. And we basically just said, anything higher than a 0.25% right now is gonna look too aggressive, right, from the Fed stance, and it's going to scare the market, and we're most likely going to get an adverse effect on right now where everybody's thinking interest rate reduction, market goes up. It's not necessarily that case. Interest rate reduction is too much, aka too aggressive, 0.5 or higher, 50 basis points or higher, too aggressive, market go down, right? That's what I'm thinking. We do it at a baseline, 0.25%, 25% basis points for the next 3 months, market go up. It's a very simple equation. But the reason why you have these senators, and I'm not a fan of Elizabeth Warren, right? I don't have any personal issues with her. I'm just not a fan because she's always been against crypto, right? But when you're seeing these senators that they know the numbers that are out there, right? When you're seeing this, it leads back to what I was telling you guys. Tinfoil hat getting put on. I still think that the numbers that they're feeding all of us are not accurate purposely. I think the unemployment rate is a lot higher than 4.2%, right? And we will find out eventually. But I think it's a lot higher than sorry, my realtor is texting me. I'll text him back. It's a lot higher than what I'm anticipating, guys, or what we've been getting fed. So Let me read. Let's see here. Amora said, I personally feel they're going to list Milady once the run begins at the start of the major bull run. Bro, that would be the move right there. If Binance drops Milady at the beginning at a pivotal, I mean, if it's perfect timing like that, bro, just imagine you're not even going to look back and be like, oh, why did, you're just going to be like, I'm so happy that I have Milady, right? When they drop. Especially if it's at a pivotal time like that where, you know, the markets are at all-time highs and we're in altcoin season. Amor also said, can you imagine if Milady is already making hundreds of percents a week and Binance listed? That's a supercharger and turbo in your engine blowing past everyone in the finish line. There you go. I like that little analogy you put in there, right? I'm going to do, guys, listen. I'm going to, not me like flexing or anything like that. I mean, anybody can go out and buy an Audi, right? I'm gonna, but I want to do one of those like we'll talk crypto and we'll I'll go on a ride. I just feel like I'm gonna be distracted, right? I'm gonna be distracted trying to talk crypto, and old lady's gonna come walking out in front of me, and be like, "Oh," and then you guys are gonna be like, "Where's Crip at?" 2 weeks later, I'm gonna be gone. Khalil said, "I'm sick and tired of Warren." I hear you, bro. I just don't even, bro. I don't even really like listen to anything. Like if I see any articles with her, I normally don't read into it because yeah, it's usually against crypto. Ricky said the rest of them are just as bad as Warren, just has a bigger mouth. And then I won't read the next comment that he put on there. So despite Relic about a strong U.S. economy, 3 Democratic senators urged the Federal Reserve to implement an aggressive monetary policy shift. So crypto skeptic, which we already know she is, U.S. Senator Elizabeth Warren of Massachusetts, I didn't know she was in Massachusetts, called on the Federal Reserve and its chair, Jerome Powell, to slash interest rates by 75 basis points to curtail recession risk. Warren's letter, co-signed by fellow Senator Sheldon Whitehouse and John Hickenlooper? No way. Hickenlooper. Wow. Warned of a potential economic decline that smaller funds cut may usher in. So, and I quote, she says, if the Fed is too cautious in cutting rates, it would needlessly risk our economy heading towards a recession. A number of economists have warned of this risk since July. The committee must consider implementing rate cuts more aggressively upfront to mitigate potential risk of the labor market. You see what I'm saying? They're worried about unemployment, guys. I'm telling you, unemployment is a lot higher than what they're anticipating or what they keep feeding us. So the document dated September the 16th was issued less than 48 hours before the next Federal Open Market Committee meeting on Wednesday. Markets expect Fed Jerome Powell to announce a dovish pivot at the FOMC meeting, but the exact rate could preferred. Sorry, guys. But the next rate cut preferred by central bank was unclear at press time. So looking at the poly market, which we haven't pulled up in a while, but you can see here, look at the bets for right now. Poly market, 50 basis point, 54%, 25 basis point decrease, 45%. Isn't that crazy? So you guys can see majority of the market, and I mean, this is the same thing what we see right here. Actually, it's a little bit more. A lot of the market right now is calling for a big, more aggressive stance from the Feds. And I'm telling you, this is what's leading to Bitcoin kind of just basically trading at a real tight range at around this 57, 58 area, coming down from its weekend high, right? Because now we're at the finish line of this FOMC meeting, and now it's looking like the Feds are going to be poised to have to do this 0.5%. And what do I keep telling you guys? I think this 0.5% is not going to be a good thing, in my opinion. So, we'll see how it plays out. Owen said, "Thank you for the gift members, whoever you are, brother." Owen, that was Jay. Jay dropped you the membership, bro. I'll let him know you said thank you. Jay, if you're still here, bro. If you're still here, bro. Let's jump into some Twitter spaces, guys. Those are nice shoes. Red bottoms. Jay's still here. Hell yeah. What is he saying here? Let me see something. You guys want to see what this guy's saying? Let's see. As long as he's not playing any music.
Completely fucking lost it, mate. I tell you what, I said if I ever get liquidated, I'm just gonna burn the fucking house down. And guess what? Tonight's the night, boys. Tonight's the fucking night. Yeah, that's it. When you're losing 350k, what more can you do?
Yeah? Is he about to burn his place down?
What more can you do? Right? What more can you do? Fuck this. Honestly, this house is gone. This house is fucking gone. We'll just start here. That's it. See how we go.
No way.
Oh, this shit fucking work or not? Oh, fuck.
Oh my god, he really did that?
That's it, boys. We're gonna get this party started. Ooh. Start with the couches. Fuck it, I've lost so much fucking money.
Oh my god. Y'all think that was real or fake? That had to have been fake. What's going on with Twitter today? Where are those bangers? We covered this a couple days ago. Michael Saylor bought what was 13 or 18,000 Bitcoin for like $1 billion. He just bought that. That was when on Friday when the market started rallying. Let's see if Crypto Rovers dropped anything new. So look at this chart. It's basically showing, this chart is showing you retail, Bitcoin retail interest. And you can see comparing Bitcoin's 2020 to 2024. Now, you can think, is this a good thing or is this a bad thing? Well, what they're showing is that when we hit 60,000 back in 2020, retail interest was pretty high. It was pretty much almost a second high compared to back in 2017, right? And we were only at around 60K. Right now, retail is relatively low, and we're already hovering around 60K. So imagine what they're basically referring to is, imagine when retail actually comes in and starts buying back in, right? Because this leads back to our fear and greed index, right? When we go back and you look at the fear and greed index, we're at 36. Who do you think's in fear right now? You think it's the big wallets, the big whales? Maybe. Some of them, but I guarantee 90% of the fear is retail investors that all probably sold for a loss in these last few weeks, and they're basically gonna come piling back in when the markets start running again, right? They always end up doing that. Don't be them. And then looking at Bitcoin hash rate, you can see it's starting to get up there again. Last time we saw hash rate up to where we were at was back when we hit all-time highs, right? So, I mean, looking at fundamentally for Bitcoin, we should definitely be higher than where we're at, right? And you can see that there is some things that are holding Bitcoin down right now, and its majority right now is macro. It's macro. There's nothing that we can do to get around that. Like I keep saying, and especially for this week, it just leads back to what I keep saying. We're gonna see probably volatility for the next 2 days. After Wednesday, once we finally get the news of what's going to happen in regards to the FOMC meeting, that's when I think we're going to get back into our own little thing as far as with Bitcoin. And if we're rallying, we're rallying. And I do think that we're most likely going to see some positive movement after Wednesday. I think it's going to start occurring probably a little bit before the FOMC meeting. Looking at this chart, you guys can see gold right now. Gold has been making, believe it or not, all-time highs. So if you have any friends that were telling you to buy gold, just stay away from them right now, because they're going to be looking at you like, I told you. And you're like, bro, gold? Are you kidding me? And they're over there looking at you the same way. They're like, Bitcoin? Are you kidding me? It's just, you know how it is. Bitcoin, gold, just you're never gonna mix. You're never gonna mix. If you love Bitcoin, you're not really a big gold guy, and it's vice versa, right? You guys can see gold finally broke another all-time high. You can see we had this resistance level at around 2,530. I'm about to sneeze. Excuse me. Pardon me. You can see it was hitting its head at that 2,530. Could not break above, and finally today, was that today? Oh, that was the 11th. 13th, it looks like it broke out. The 12th, 13th finally started to break out. And you can see it's been continuously making all-time highs for right now. But jumping back to that chart, you can see Bitcoin, gold, right? Not that they're aligned exactly together, but a lot of times they will run similar, right? I think I'm pretty sure Bitcoin's outperformed gold 100% in the last 10 years. But you can see maybe not exact charts, but you can see that they do look pretty similar, right? Back in 2020, looks like gold made all-time highs. It was a little bit of a lag effect. 2021, Bitcoin made all-time highs. And then obviously we went into the bear market, right? Came down 2022, and Bitcoin's been steadily moving up. Gold actually has been steadily moving up as well. So we'll see how it goes. I honestly think, in my opinion, nothing against gold, right? If you're about precious metals, I honestly think they're a good commodity to have. I think, though, if you're going to be trading or you're going to be investing in precious metals, get precious metals, right? You know, when you're buying and trading gold, you're trading by the price, right? I'm talking about go and buy yourself some gold. Hold gold, right? I think that is where, you'll never hear me say anything negative about gold. You can actually, it's tangible. You can hold it. You have it in your hands, right? I think that's a solid move. And I don't mean go to, sorry, my chair's all messed up. I don't mean go to the mall and go to one of those middle kiosks and buy a gold chain. Because you're going to be paying top dollar for your gold. I mean, there's certain avenues, companies where you can go and buy like gold coins and stuff like that. So Bitcoin stock to flow. Ricky said everyone should hold physical gold and silver. I agree, and I don't own. I had a bunch of silver and I don't know where it went. I moved like 3 times in the last like 10 years. And this last move, I don't know where the hell I put my gold or my silver. I know it's somewhere. I have storage and stuff like that. It's somewhere. But as of right now, don't know where it is. 2013, you can see stock to flow all-time highs. 2017, similar. And look at 2021. You can see. But where's 2024? Where's 2024 is my question. Let's look at this. Bitcoin versus Fed rate funds. So this is Bitcoin's price. Oh, so Fed funds. I see. So orange is going to be the Fed funds, right? Their interest rates, if they're high or low, right? And then you can see the white line is basically Bitcoin's price, right? And you can see in 2020, they had to, they basically reduced interest rates to 0, pretty much, right? Because of what was going on with the economy. And you can see back in 2019, 2020, right? That's when we started the previous bull run. Technically, that's when we started it, right? Bitcoin wasn't at all-time highs or anything like that, but that's when it begun. And you can see interest rates dropped, Bitcoin started to not immediately, right? It wasn't an immediate reaction, but you can see Bitcoin's, was kind of hovering around and kind of trading around, it looks like around that 10,000 mark where it was pretty much hitting its head. And then boom, you can see out of nowhere, it started to just start running up. And you can see as they started to increase interest rates, Bitcoin started to come down, right? But it didn't come down much, but you can see it did come down. Now, interest rates are going to be coming back down. I don't know how low they're going to be bringing them, right? That's the question too, is how much are the Feds going to be bringing down interest rates? If you ask me, I would say probably most likely around this 2.5 area would probably be somewhere around where the Feds have a goal. I'm sure they've mentioned it before. I don't remember catching it, but you can see they're probably going to be reducing it down towards most likely 2.5% as far as interest rates. With that being said, you can see we'll probably start rallying up, but it'll be a long-term effect, right? These interest rate reductions, yes, immediately, like on Wednesday, if they announce they're going to be reducing interest rates, we're going to see a move, right? But it's not going to be just all right, we're running to the moon now and that's it, nothing can stop us kind of thing. It's going to be one of those, we're running, we have a nice run that day, maybe for the rest of the week. I don't see it really being a long-term, we're just going to continue. It's going to be a long-term as far as them continuously reducing interest rates. That's where you're going to see the market gradually moving up, right? It just leads back, like I keep saying, the end of this year, the beginning of 2025 is when I believe we're going to be topping the market again, right? And I think it's going to be, it's not going to be a long-term thing. It's going to be one where we hit that top altcoin season, DeFi season, maybe for a few months, and then that's it. We're going to be going back into a long-term, and I mean long-term, where it's going to take a while for us to get back into that bear market kind of stuff where we're going to be bottoming out again and going through the whole 4-year cycle all over again, right? Flip, Crip, FTM, and Myro, my next bags. Hell yeah. That's what I've been accumulating is Myro. Myro, in my opinion right now, is not a bad buy right now. Is not a bad buy. And I'm saying this as not financial advice, but just my opinion. You can see from where it's at right now, it has broke a lot of these key levels. And I mean, it's literally at a beautiful spot right now where me personally, I've been accumulating the hell out of Myro around this area that we're in right now. So, and FTM, that's Phantom, right? If I'm not mistaken. Yeah. Phantom looks like it looks like it made a nice little W pattern, possibly a little sloppy W pattern. But you can see, look at this bounce beautifully off this support level. I don't even remember looking at this chart, but it must have not been that long because the fib retracement is still on point. But you can see that nice little bounce. It has not been up to retest the 618 yet. Possibly this week, if the markets allow, you'll see Phantom probably running up and retesting the 618, which is going to be around that 57 cent mark, somewhere around there. That's what I'm hearing, Flip. So Flip said that Myro could be getting a Binance listing. And what's funny is I was reading into that earlier. And I had been accumulating Myro regardless. But yeah, from what I'm hearing is people are talking about Binance possibly Binance possibly listing Myro soon. But you guys know from Milady, obviously it's all he say, she say until it happens, right? You're gonna hear these rumors, spiral, kind of circulate around the market and stuff like that. But until it actually happens, is one thing. What I like about Myro is Myro's already on a lot of major exchanges, right? You have Crypto.com. A lot of people sleep on MEX or MEXC or MEXC, right? This right here, was it last month? Oh, my dog's ripping up her damn her toy. I was wondering why she's being so quiet. Last month, I think it was, when we looked at volume per central exchange, MEXC was number 2, believe it or not. Freaking out of control. I didn't even think it was that big, but MEXC is actually a pretty big exchange. And then you have KuCoin. So we have Crypto.com, MEXC, KuCoin, Gate.io, which is not that big, but you have Bybit as well. So you have a lot of big exchanges that hold Miro right now. I mean, if this thing can drop off of drop on Binance as well, you'll probably see a big move. Flip what the difference between Turbo and Miro. Turbo, solid project, right? The difference between Turbo and Miro is look at the market cap for Miro. Look at the market cap. $57 million, bro. It's a freaking baby market cap. This thing wouldn't take much for it to absolutely rip. And the same thing for Milady. Milady's market cap is so effing small that, bro, it's not going to take much for these projects. Not much volume, right, to come in and absolutely make these projects rip. Let me pull up Milady real quick. And so Miro is at 57. Milady's is at 56. I think it's going to adjust here. Hold on. Yeah, okay, yeah, it's at 56, almost 57 as well. Like, they're literally right on par with each other, you know? So, I mean, both of these projects have potential to get listed on Binance. And, I mean, regardless, it's not going to take much money for either one of these projects to absolutely rip. Let's see here. Flip said they need a Solana project. Bro, that'd be awesome. That'd be awesome. You get me ready to just continue to keep buying, bro. Hernandez, what's going on? He said, Crip, do you think the bull run may start? I mean, I think, like I've been saying for the last couple weeks, you know, we always look at these charts. Crypto Law, I see your question, brother. I'm gonna answer you here in just 2 seconds, so bear with me, brother. Where's this chart right here? There it is right here. So we've been looking at this chart, right? And you guys can see, you know, historically, the last months of the year during a bull run usually plays out really well. And then on this chart particularly, they point out during the election years, right? So you had 2016. Look at the end of the year. Did great. 2020, election year, did great, and that actually led us into a massive bull run in 2021, right? And then look, 2024 yet to be determined. But what I'm getting to is, Hernandez, me personally, my opinion, I think that that we have one more solid big run ahead of us, right? And I think we've already kind of kicked it in gear slowly but surely. And I think October, November, December, we're going to see some big movements towards the upside. But I think the potential for all-time highs and really being at the top of this run, this bull run that we've been in since 2023, I think is going to be probably at the beginning of 2025, the first quarter, somewhere around there. And like I keep saying, altcoin season I think is going to follow very quickly behind, and DeFi season as well. But I don't think it's going to be a longevity thing, guys. Like I keep saying, I have to keep specifying this, that I think that when we do make all-time highs for Bitcoin, you're going to see a swift move in dominance for Bitcoin moving over to alts. And we're going to have, the timer is going to start, right? We're going to have probably 6 weeks where alts are going to go absolutely crazy. DeFi season is going to go into effect probably around the same time. And like I said, I'm anticipating maybe 6 to 8 weeks, which means maybe a month, 2 months of some crazy parabolic running, with Bitcoin still doing really well, but altcoins doing fantastic, where we're getting all-time highs for pretty much all altcoins, right? Seeing massive volume flowing in, going into altcoins, 2 months tops. And then from there on, I'm thinking that we'll probably have a very slow move towards the downside, getting us into a longevity bear market going in towards the end of 2025, 2026, probably bottoming out again, and then restarting the whole process back in 2027, and then 2028, guess what comes right back around again? A 4-year cycle. Crypto Law said neutral AI. Or is that Neural? Alright, so, whoa, the hell is this? What happened here? We just get hacked? What the hell was that? Alright, so, whoa, what happened? Like, took us out of our, All right. So how do you pronounce this? Neural AI, $31 million market cap. Now, one thing I will say is Coin Market Cap has not verified this project's market cap. However, according to the project, its self-reported circulating supply is 10 million, which is a very small market cap. I'm sorry, a very small circulating supply. So this is looks like what, a Ethereum? Yeah, Ethereum. I could tell off of Uniswap. We'll pull it up. Definitely didn't spell that correctly. All right, so for this project particularly, how long has this thing been out for? 5 months. So it's been out for a little while, right? The market cap liquidity doesn't look bad. Market cap 31 million, like we said. Liquidity 1.6 million, not looking too bad. Locked liquidity, like I said, it's been out for almost 6 months. So it's been out for a little while, right? So it's kind of, you can get rid of those fears of any kind of a rug pull or anything like that. As far as the project itself, right? So it has some kind of an AI powered 3D asset creation on BitSensor. Go from text to 3D reality and download your model for immediate use across design tools and game engines. With our accelerated 3D creation process, you can automate 3D content generation at scale, bypass manual modeling or the need for design team, and accelerate your project's development. So it looks like it's just an AI project. What I want to know is, and maybe they're going to explain it, AI powered 3D and game asset generation, pre-configuration, TEO, minor GPUs for rent, GPU streaming for local hardware, limitations, and 3D asset markets for neutral AI creations. It doesn't sound bad, right? It doesn't sound bad. I guess if you're looking for like some kind of an AI project to jump into, it's not terrible, right? Small market cap. Looking at the chart, you can see obviously it's had swings, but if you really look, for the most part, it looks like it's been kind of having an upward move since it's moved up. Since it dropped. So, not much to say about the project. If you're bullish on AI, it's on the Ethereum network. It's been out for 6 months, so it's been out for a little while. On DeFi terms, the market cap doesn't look too high, but also doesn't look too low. So the project doesn't look bad. I would guess that something like this, that's getting a market cap up to $30 million, they need to get on some kind of central exchanges, in my opinion, to really get the word out and get more exposure. I think other than that, they're not going to really move up any more than what they have been, right? Because with DeFi, it's one thing to have a smaller market cap, but when you're up to like $30 million with DeFi, and it's been out for 6 months, a lot of people are they've already seen this project, they've come and go, right? So fundamentals aside, I'm saying as far as exposure and getting more people to invest in the project, they definitely you want to see this project get listed on some kind of central exchanges, right? For the potential of more people to come in and stumble across the project. But numbers don't look bad, dude. Right now, if you wanted some TA, obviously not financial advice, but you can see the 0.5 looks like a big spot that it's been holding. It's been holding as some resistance for right now, right? You can see it went from holding it as support, holding it as some support, and then it broke below, bouncing off the trend. But you can see now it is coming up and it's hitting its head at that 0.5. So if you can break above the 0.5, which is somewhere around that $3.22 mark, if you can break above and hold that support, you'll probably start making a leg up towards the upside. Are you going to break all-time highs? Maybe. Like I said, this project needs more exposure. It needs more exposure than just DeFi on Ethereum. So volume $31 million, and the volume's at 164,000, which isn't terrible, but this goes to what I was saying. Volume needs to come up. It needs to be on some kind of essential exchange. That's the only way this project's going to really see some massive growth, in my opinion, bro. But good luck to this. Good luck to that, bro. Amor said, bro, we better be seeing you way into 2028 still on here, bro. 2028, I'll probably be like collabing with I Am George, and all them, and we'll be at like and I'll be bringing all you guys along with me. George is gonna be like, you bring all your community with you. I'm like, hell yeah, they all come with me. Either they come or we don't go at all. Hernandez said, would it be a good idea to leverage trade ahead of expected interest rates, or is it too volatile? That's a good question, bro. One thing I will tell you, Hernandez, from what I've learned, especially as of late, is I'm not going to be leverage trading on FOMC meetings or CPI report days, anything like that, because even if you predict the market correctly, right? Like if you're like, all right, the market's going to be moving up after we get the news, right? You can still get liquidated very easily, because what's happening is like you said, it's too volatile, right? Real quick, I'll explain, what was it, 2 weeks ago, CPI report. Whenever the CPI report dropped, unemployment, when unemployment dropped, I knew that we were going to be heading down, right? So I jumped in on some leverage trading, but I went too greedy and I had too high of a leverage trade. And what we did was, right when the unemployment rate dropped, I opened up a short right before. I was like, we're going to be heading down. Well, the unemployment rate dropped and we actually freaking jumped up very briefly for like literally 30 minutes an hour. We ran up literally like maybe a $500 on Bitcoin. Remember I told you I went too greedy on my leverage trade. We literally went like $10 over where I was going to get liquidated. I ended up getting liquidated, and guess what the market did right after that? It dumped, right? So I predicted that the markets were going to do exactly what they said without thinking that we could see one little blimp up, and that could liquidate me. So don't go too high on my leverage. And I was like, bro, I got liquidated by a hair, right? And if I would have just moved my leverage a little bit less, right, having a little bit more room to for Bitcoin's price to fluctuate, I would have been able to ride that out, and then we would have just I would have probably made 400% or 500%, because Bitcoin dropped like crazy after that on that day. So to answer your question, bro, I would be very, very cautious, bro. And if you do, obviously not financial advice, go easy on your leverage. I would go very small, like nothing crazy, maybe a 20x, if that, just so you have enough room for it to kind of be volatile and the price can fluctuate. But maybe if you predict, what the prices are going to do, it's, what I'm saying? Like if you think that we're going to eventually move up after the volatility kind of settles, then you'll be able to at least make some money off of it. But if you do too high, too greedy of leverage, it might not be a good play, because just like you said, we're going to see some up and down movement all up until those words come out of his mouth, right? As far as whatever he decides to do. And like I said, everybody's anticipating that the market's going to run, on Wednesday. You got to expect the unexpected, right? We could see something completely different happen. So that's another thing too, is like, I don't know, with leverage trading on those days, I'm like, bro, I'm good. I'm just going to stay out of it and I'll wait a little bit. I like volatility on leverage trading, but those days, it's just too much. It's too much. Gina said the only thing with that project is on Ethereum gas fees before it gets on exchange. Oh yeah. But right now, from what I'm hearing, Ethereum's gas fees are really low right now. They're really low because there's not a lot of congestion on the market. So, but maybe I haven't bought or sold on Ethereum. It's been over a year. You guys remember that story? I accidentally sent some Ethereum. Or I sent USDC. I didn't realize I bought USDC on Ethereum network on Essential Exchange, and I sent it to an Ethereum wallet. Bro, I was so freaking pissed. For me to send it back, it cost me it was like $70 for me to send it back. And it was like $100. So it cost me like $70 to send $100, or it was like $150 Bro, I was so pissed. I was like, I vowed. I was like, I'm never using Ethereum ever again. So, and I haven't. I haven't used Ethereum since then. So what can we expect, guys? Like I said, expect the unexpected. Expect that we're going to see some volatility for the next 48 hours, right? What do we have? We have 1 day and 19 hours. So we have like a little bit less than 48 hours until the FOMC meeting. We're going to see volatility, guys. It is what it is. If you like that kind of market, you got it, bro. It's like going to the beach. You like all them waves, enjoy, because that's what the price is going to be. It's going to be wavy, right? Volatility, but I think it's going to be trading in a very tight range right now because you have a lot of people that are just basically like, bro, I'm waiting, right? Until the day of is what I'm thinking. The day of, I think we're going to start seeing some solid movement, whether it's going to be towards the up or towards the downside right before that FOMC meeting starts. So you can see, look at this tight range that we've been trading in all day today. It's just been very, very tight. So very, very tight. No pun intended on that one. Make sure you guys slap that like. We're back above 58. Hell yeah. Yeah, Ethereum's gas fees are not fun, Gina. They're not. That's why they encourage, if you're going to be messing with Ethereum, you should be using layer 2 projects like Arbitrum is for one, like Base. You can use those to trade Ethereum projects, and the fees are very, very cheap on there from what I've heard. I don't use any of that stuff, so. Well, I think that's it, guys. I think that's it. Like I said, I keep saying it, but I just want to make sure because we keep having new people coming in. Expect volatility for the next 48 hours, right? I'm not expecting a major dump or anything like that, but we are going to see some volatility. So be careful, guys. Obviously, right now, you guys are, in my opinion, getting some solid prices for your alts. Real quick, I'm just noticing this project right here is absolutely ripping. This PRQ project. Look at this. Up 30% for today. This thing is ripping. I wonder what's going on here. Pull it up real quick. PRQ. This project is like a small market cap that's trading on Coinbase. It's up 28% right now. I wonder what's going on and why it's absolutely ripping. PRQ's on Solana? No. It's Ethereum. This project's ripping. Oh yeah. Well, all right, guys. I'm gonna let you guys go. Have a fantastic night. I will see each and every one of you guys tomorrow. If you're watching after the fact, make sure if you're not already, 90% of you guys are, so I appreciate it. 90% of you guys that watch these videos are subscribed. The other 10%, I'm trying to get you to just hit the subscribe button, all right? Hit the like. I thank you guys so much. Have a fantastic night, and I will see you guys all tomorrow, all right, guys?